Start off by saying, Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you brothers out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And I'm going to jump straight into this video. It's probably going to be a little kind of long. I got a couple scriptures lined up. I uploaded this video onto my page, onto my channel. It's a very good video, documentary. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm going to kind of skip through it. But it's basically on, like it says, this video shows the history. Let me open it up. Because these are the time, you got to know that, like Apostle Tahar always says, you have to know the secular history, and link it up with the scriptures, because people like to say the scriptures isn't, accurate, and they have no understanding, and we as a part of Great Millstone, we are diligent. Salakia. We are diligent, and we know we I guess you can compare it to the Church of Berea in the scriptures. We go look everything up. We don't just believe what somebody says. We do the footwork, and this is a good documentary. Like I said, to show you that in the scriptures, Iran is mentioned in the scriptures, just like America is mentioned in the scriptures. But Iran is Persia. It says the history of Iran, Persia every year. So let me start over. All right, Salakia. It says this video shows the history of Persia, Iran, starting from the Median Empire until nowadays. Hold on, Salakia. Let me pause it. It says it goes every year from 550 BC onward, with the foundation of the Achaemenian Empire by Cyrus the Great. Remember that name, Cyrus the Great. In 1935, Persia changed its name to Iran. See, Persia is Iran. Okay, and Persia is definitely mentioned in the scriptures multiple places. You're not going to find Iran, because why? They changed their name. All right, and this documentary shows that how the progression of the empires is. Okay, so anyway, let's get straight into it. I play some of it, skip through it, and you can go back and watch it if you watch the whole thing for yourself. See, Cyrus the Great. Let me back up. See, the Medes, right? Cyrus the Great, the Achaemenian Empire. Okay, remember that. Darius. Xerxes. I might not be mistaken, but Xerxes, that reminds me of the guy from 300, right? That's what the Persian, because I know that was around that time, the Persian Empire, Sparta, because those are Israelites, and that's what's funny. When you watch all these documentaries and, you start doing, trying to match the scriptures up with history, you don't see nothing about, okay, say we're not the Israelites, whatever, right? You don't see no so-called black people. Where the hell were we? See? Man, anyway, I'm gonna get a scripture on that too. What is that? Damn, let me think off the top. I think it's in Psalms. What is that? That's Psalms. Let's see, Psalm 64. It says that's King David. Psalm 64 and 2. Right? It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked." Right? Because that's what all these heathen nations, man, they're wicked, man. It says, "From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like swords, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and they fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of lying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay? I'm gonna drop that anyway, but that's Psalm 64. You should read that. That's King David. That's what they do, man. They know the truth. They know the truth. They know we were up in there, but they omit us out the history. They teach us we fucking Wakanda, you know, fucking Black Panther bullshit. We were dead. We were here. We were in captivity, yeah, you know. But I'm gonna get the scriptures on that. But let me anyway. Remember these names. Like I said, Sirius, Darius, Xerxes. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Xerxes was from 300. You know, I could Salakia if I'm off, but Xerxes was from 300, and I know the Spartans were Israelites, man. Artaxerxes or whatever. Remember that name too. All them names is in the scriptures. Is in the script. These names are in the scriptures, man. How you gonna tell me the script is not accurate when it clearly states it? No, you niggas don't do research. You don't do no. You don't know nothing, man. Leaning on precepts of men, man. You know, not diligent. There goes Darius again. Darius the second. It says in 1330 BCE, the Macedonian army under Alexander the Great, he's mentioned in the Apocrypha. It says when Alexander came on the scene, which is you Edomites, you damn Esau, when you got great evils were multiplied on the face of the earth. Talking about the scriptures not accurate. No, you guys don't read the scriptures. You don't know the scriptures. Anyway, it says in 1330 BCE, the Macedonian army under Alexander the Great defeats the Persian army, ending the Achaemenian Empire. So basically, like I said, Alexander took over. Later, a new Persian Empire formed, the Parthian Empire. And all this stuff is linked. You can link all this stuff up in the scriptures. That's how you know the Bible is accurate, and plus prophecies. So how can you shit on the Bible, man? You guys don't know what you're talking about. So you guys are off, man. And then want to talk about the 12 tribes. You guys be quiet, man. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You dealing with the prophets, the men of the Lord, man. They in front of your face. Show some respect. You guys don't know nothing, man. You should just be quiet and just learn. Anyway, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. You could watch it for yourself. I just wanted to let me see. Let's fast forward. I wanted to get to this dude here because I told you, Iran is Persia, right? And like I said, while I brought up Psalm 64, right? We all know the quote by this guy here, Omar Nasid or whatever. You know, where I'm gonna find it. Where's this dude at? It's later toward, you know. Hold on, let me see. This dude here, Nasir al-Din Shah, whatever. This is the dude that made that quote about, you know, the Jews left black. You know, how could they, you know, return white or whatever? It's this dude here. See, you see? So they know, man. They know the truth. And look who took. Let me go back there. Look. They know. They know. But all throughout this history, you don't see no Israelite. No, nobody. We didn't exist. We was in Wakanda again. Yeah, I passed the block. But you know, it's showing you that, you know, the history that Persia is Iran. It's gonna take you all the way up to now. These faces should look familiar. Exactly. That's who's in power now. Show you Iran and Persia. But anyway, I'm off that. Let's get into the scriptures, man. let's get into the scriptures. Like I said, guys should remember the names, all right? So, all right, let's first scripture I'm gonna get is Second Chronicles, right? I'm gonna start at Second Chronicles chapter 36. I'm gonna start at verse 15. And it says, and the Lord, that's all caps, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, his prophets, right? Rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place, right? So meaning Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai always sends his messengers. He sent them in the past. He doesn't change. There's no new thing under the sun. The prophets were there in the past. The prophets are here now. But you guys, what? Listen to what it says. Second Chronicles 36 and 16. But they mock the messengers of Yahweh. That's what you guys do. You mock us. You scoff. You just watch. You just watch for entertainment. You know, just shit to do. You know, you don't think what we're saying, starting from Apostle Tahar on down, is you know, whatever. He said, I'm gonna read anyway. I'm gonna stick to the scriptures, man. Second Chronicles 36 and 16. But they mock the messengers of Yahweh and despise his words and misuse his prophets, man. That's what you guys do, man. You misuse us because you don't think the prophets are here. You think we just regular men, you know. Until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people, till there was no remedy, and that's what's gonna happen. The doors of mercy are closing, man. Doors of mercy are closing. You guys digressing, going back to the 12 tribes. You guys worried about the wrong. You worried about the damn 12 tribes chart, man. You're not even in prophecies. You're not even watching, man. That's why it's gonna come to you as a thief in the night, because you're not being diligent, man. You guys are digressing. We come on, bro. You don't even believe in the 12 tribes chart. You're an idiot, man. You guys are stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna stick to what I just wanted to prove anyway. Like I said, I'm gonna jump down, right? We'll wrap this up because I got other scriptures to get into. I wanted to prove, like I said, that Persia, like I said, Persia. Here it is. All right. Um. Let's start at 17. Therefore, he brought upon them, talking about them is the Israel. All right. Therefore, Yahweh, he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young men, because we're in captivity. We've always been in captivity. American slavery wasn't our first captivity. We've always gone into captivity under the other nations, under the Moabites, under the you know, we've always the Egyptians. We've always gone into captivity. Every time we go off, the Lord punishes us by putting us into slavery. But this is our last captivity. Okay? This is Egypt again in ships. Okay? This is the last captivity. You see? And that's why the other nations not going to get a pass neither, because they got to pay also. You know? Anyway, therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young men with the swords in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young man or maiden. Exactly, that's why they're gonna have to pay also. Old man or him that stooped for age, he gave them all into his hand, and all the vessels of the house of Yahweh, great and small, and the treasures of the house of the Lord Yahweh, and the treasures of the king and of his princes, all these he brought to Babylon. And they burnt the house of Yahweh, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem, and burnt all the places thereof with fire, and destroyed all the goodly vessels thereof. This is the main point I wanted to get here. And them that escaped from the sword carried he away to Babylon, where they were servants to him and his sons until the reign of the kingdom of Persia. Okay, I'll read down some more, because these names will show, they showed you in that video, to fulfill the word of the Lord. Because exactly, the Lord always says it, man. He's gonna punish us. You know, there's a blessing and a curse. If you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna be blessed. If you don't, you're gonna get cursed. And right now we're under the curses, but the curses are about to be lifted. To fulfill the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah, until the land had enjoyed her Sabbath For as long as she lay desolate, she kept Sabbath to fulfill 10 years. Blah, blah, blah. Verse 22. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, remember that's that name. That's actual history. That's an actual king, and you can find him that history in Second Chronicles. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, the word of the Lord spoken by the mouth of Jeremiah, his prophet, because throughout all the kingdoms we were there, but they omit us from that history. They didn't tell you that Jeremiah was an Israelite man. They don't tell you that he was us. He was our forefathers, and we was there. We was in Wakanda, right? Nah, bro, we was right there in that history, in captivity. Man, I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna move on because I don't want to make this too long. Um, right here again, this is in Ezra, you know, because we go precept upon precept. So it's not just one; it's multiple places you can find history of the Persian Empire, Iran. You see, this is Ezra chapter 1 verse 1. It says, now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that guy we just saw him, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. We just read that also as a precept, because Chronicles basically chronicles the history of everything. When you go into Chronicles, all right. Actually, Esther said that, right? This is Esther, chapter 10, verse 1. It says, and the king of I don't even know that name, laid a tribute upon the land and upon the isles of the sea, and all the acts of his power and of his might, and the declaration of the greatness of Mordecai, whereunto the king advanced him, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the king of Media and Persia? So he's referencing back to Chronicles. And a lot of the kings and all the captivities are in Chronicles, okay? But anyway, it says, now in the first year, this is Ezra 1 and 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia. Right? See, the Lord stirred up, Yahweh stirred up, because the heart of the king is in the Lord's hands, man. Right? I messed that. I probably butchered that, but that's a precept also. That he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, thus says King of Persia, the Lord Yahweh of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. And see, back then, everybody knew the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, but Esau, he's just the worst, man. The vessel of the vessel fitted for destruction, vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. They're so wicked, man, that they just he said he's the Most High. He is the Most High. There is no Most High. He's just the worst. You see. But anyway, I'm gonna move on from that one. Yeah, I got this one here. Ezra 4 and 7. You remember this name too? Artaxerxes. It says, and in the days of Artaxerxes, I can't say that, wrote Bishlam, Mithridath, Tabeel, and the rest of their companions unto Artaxerxes, king of Persia. And the writings of the letter was written in the Syrian tongue and interpreted in the Syrian tongue. So that was basically all I wanted to prove there, that these people can be found in the scriptures. It's just that the names change, you know. All right, let me see. Got that already. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna close out on this scripture here, because these are all previous kingdoms, right, and previous prophecies and whatnot. We're gonna get to a prophecy that hasn't been fulfilled yet, pertaining to Persia, Iran, because like I said, they can be found that those people can be found in the scriptures. Okay, the main point is in this is going to be Ezekiel chapter 38. The main point is going to be in 5, but I'm going to start at verse 1. Okay, it says Ezekiel chapter. I'm going to close out on this. And go watch that documentary, man. It's a good documentary. Don't be lazy. Be diligent. Go look up history. You see names, go do research. Gog and Magog, we know that's Russia. Go look up why. I'm not going. That's a whole nother video, you know. But anyway, Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief priest of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And we know what the hell this is talking about. Okay, this is Russia. All right. I'm not gonna get into that, but we know that's Russia. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Yeah, because he's not for Russia. Why? Because he's ultimately one of the dukes of Edom. Okay, he's the Edomite. He's a heathen. They're heathens, but he's what the Lord's the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. Okay, so he's gonna use them. All right. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So meaning, like I said, he's gonna, stir them up for war. All these are war things. You know, bucklers, shields. These are things, metaphors for things used for war. Okay, and this is the main point here. So he's stirring Russia up, Gog and Magog, for war. And who else also? Persia, who we know is Iran, Ethiopia, Libya. These names haven't changed. Only name change really is Persia and Gog and Magog, but that's another video. Okay? But how you gonna tell us that the scripture's not accurate and that you don't understand what you're reading? You need to be taught. That's what you can't see. We are the seers, starting with the men of GMS, starting from Apostle Tahar on down. Okay? Though we are the prophets coming back in reincarnation, whether you can understand it or not. Okay? Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Go back and watch that video. It's a good documentary, and I hope you was edified. And shalom.